Hello, welcome back to Let's Talk About It. We'll talk about everything and anything. I'm your host, as you know, host to the most gift, a great clue, aka Apex Baby. As usual, you know how we do it now. We're bringing you back another episode. As you know, we always give you back to back bangers. Like, you know how we did. So this time around, we're talking about the Gen Zs, like the Gen Zs. You know, they are exciting set of people. But before we continue, I have two amazing women we meet today, two amazing leaders. By my right, I have,
Richel.
and by my left, I have.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. So now we're going to dive into this whole Gen Z millennial situation. So today our topic is: do you think as Gen Z life is more important than that of our parents?
Obviously.
Really?
Yes. You think so? I strongly doubt.
Done.
I strongly
Done.
doubt.
Done.
I do
Done.
not agree.
Done.
You can see the banter has already
No.
started. Like, this is going to be interesting. Okay, fine. Miss Richel, why do you think life is not interesting as a Gen Z compared to like that of our parents?
Okay, so these people, this set of people actually have things on a silver platter. Everything is so easy. Please, everything is like everything is just soft life for them. But
Because you can't stress. You shouldn't stress.
exactly,
You
that's
shouldn't come to life and come and have a stressful life.
that's the exact reason everything isn't so exciting
you want
for
hard
you.
labor. That's hard labor.
Not
is your
hard
definition of
labor, not
a good
hard
life.
labor, but adventure. Adventure.
We have adventures
explore,
too. We explore.
exploit.
We explore and we do
But-
explore more than.
I won't dispute that fact.
Okay.
But for you guys, it's just on the negatives, like almost every time.
No.
It outweighs the positives.
No.
Seriously.
Okay. I can see the whole banter, like it's getting hot here. But okay, fine. Let's hear from you.
I am-
It's more interesting.
Yes, I am going to say life as a Gen Z is more interesting because social media, one, we have social media, which is like the best influence ever, even though it has a positive and negative side. But they didn't have social media back then in those days. And life was so difficult. You had to write messages from God knows where to God knows where. You had to write
from
if
us.
I wanted to
It
write.
started with us. We were the
Sure,
fresh
you were the,
generation
but you know
to
nowadays.
have brought about
Okay,
the
but we
whole
improved
internet
on it.
age
No, but
thing.
we improved on it. We
Exactly.
made it better.
So you have
can
made it. You have brought about a lot of things that can actually make life easier for you.
Yes.
But it hasn't. I mean, I won't say better. It's just making
Life
life
is not
easier.
supposed to be difficult.
But it's bringing about a whole lot of troubles.
No, life is
lot
also
of
no. What you
troubles.
should understand is like life is not supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be very, very easy. It's supposed
But
to be
not
smooth.
when-
It's supposed to be
not-
soft life
not-
material.
Not
Like, do you
when
understand?
it
Like, you're not
is
supposed to
bringing
stress.
so many troubles.
Apart from the troubles that it
Okay,
comes
let's
with.
calm down. Let's calm down. This banter is like it's now getting very hot. If I let these ladies, they won't point me here right now. Like they'll tell their close and fight, you know. But let's go through some points I have here.
Okay.
You see, the millennials, they think Gen Zs are usually distracted.
Of
Why do
course.
you think they are usually distracted?
Of course.
I feel like there's good distraction and then there's bad distraction.
So which is the
There
good
are
and which
lots
is the
of
bad?
things going on in this world, and to give it so much attention, you can die. So the good thing that we do for ourselves is distract ourselves. And I think it's very good because there are certain things that is going on in life that sometimes you need a good distraction. Like you need something to just set you away from something that's okay. So there are a whole lot of things going on right now in life, dollar rising, God knows what is happening, future dramas and everything. Sometimes you just need a break. You just need to take this small break from society and relax and breathe in and at least act like everything is normal for once. Because then one day you see me jump from God knows where because the pressure is getting worse and worse. And even though we are distracted, thank you. Even though we are distracted, I feel like it is good for the current world. So then we are not so distracted. Yes, a little, but not so distracted like how you guys think we are.
Interesting. All right. So yeah, you're done.
Yes, I'm done.
The distraction. You talked about the fact that we have good
Yeah.
and then bad distraction.
Yeah.
What I don't get what the good distraction is.
It means that
So it's just to while away the pressure. And
yes, it's
all
supposed
that.
to reduce the pressure because right now
So
the pressure
what,
is getting
what,
worse.
what goes into the good distraction? I
Okay,
want to
so
know.
taking leisure hours, laughing about certain things that's like sometimes
And
it's
you
not,
think
it's not
during
everything
those
that you're
times,
supposed to
there
be
was
serious
no
about.
laughing, there was no leisure
During
time.
your time, everything was like stress. You go to your house, stress. You go to school, stress. It is we, the
I do
millennials,
not
that have
agree.
made. Sorry, why am I even calling
I
myself?
do
Oh my God! Hey, God
I
forbid
do
it.
not agree.
God forbid it.
You want
I'm
to
a
join
Gen
the
Z.
club?
No,
You
but
want to
then
join the club?
It is
Like,
we. Yes.
Sorry to say, it's not like I'm picking sides here.
Okay.
But I kind of like
Yes,
side with how
it
when
was
comes
stress
to
from God knows where. When you come back from
it
work,
was stress.
very
I
stressed.
remember
No, it was no stress.
stories that, you know, when I was young, I used to walk from here to here.
You will walk to. You would
That's
continue
stress.
walking.
Let's get this thing right. When we talk about millennials, it's not way back into time. It's just like the latter parts of the 80s and then the endings of the 90s thereabout.
Okay.
And during those times, I mean, there were developments, things were coming up. So those weren't the times where people were using horses and stuff like that.
Okay.
There were cars, I mean, but it was like rare. It was rare. You won't
But
get
compared
everybody
to
having
current
cars right
world,
now. Right
this
now,
world
we
is
have the
fun.
cars and then there are traffics.
This world
So,
is fun.
how is it
Honestly,
fun?
I won't want to be born in the 80s or in the 90s.
A journey you are supposed to use like
so
a
much-
journey you are
it
supposed to
is
use about
stress,
5
please.
minutes. You can use just 30 minutes. I mean, about 30 minutes because of the
Development.
traffic.
And right
Because
now,
everyone
you
has
know,
cars.
right now, you don't even have to travel again. Yeah, I
What,
can
you
sit in
fly?
my room and I can tell somebody to bring me food from God knows where, and the food will be delivered to
Okay,
me
yeah.
at my.
But you
I
will
can
pay.
even get somebody to
But
even
you
bring
will
it
pay
into
for
my-
it.
Yes.
And the economy. Just consider the economy.
This is we're not talking about money. I have another point here where it says Gen Z are morally bankrupt. So when you say we are bankrupt, because sorry to say, me, I'm a Gen Z and I'm a baby girl for life.
All right.
Like I like the soft life.
Okay.
No pressure. And all those
Okay.
things, you get.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you like. I don't. When you say we are bankrupt, I don't understand.
Okay,
we work
so-
for our money.
so I feel like-
as much as we like the soft life, we work for our money and stuff. Okay, because if you look at the young youth of today, like if you look at it today on Instagram, I can name a few. We have Eniola, we have Prissy, like even let me now go outside. Look at somebody like Kylie Jenner. She's a Gen Z. And she's like one of the youngest billionaires in the world. She made her money and she wasn't from it. So when you guys are saying we are mostly bankrupt, like
Okay,
it's
so
not true. So I really want you to explain
so
that fact to us.
about that.
Yeah.
You see, during those times, people were wise, very wise as compared to these days. No offense.
Wise in
No,
what sense?
no offense. Okay, so let me break it down.
I think this no
Please.
offense thing that you guys really
Get
say.
my point, please.
Don't say the no offense when you're coming to insult someone.
Offense taken.
You guys should get my point.
Okay.
So, because things were not as easier as they are now,
Yeah.
people used to, save money a lot for the future before they go on pension and stuff like that. So by the time they'll go on retirement, they have a lot of money saved to either take care of their kids, build houses, buy whatever it is they want to buy. But because right now there are lots of distractions, bad distractions, instead of saving for the future, they'll rather say, pizza man cannot buy cement, it cannot build a house, so they'll rather buy pizza. They'll just spend the money anyhow, and then in the end they don't save anything.
There's something
So that's how
called
come you guys are
you
bankrupt.
only live once.
Okay,
It's once.
so spend the
No,
money.
it's once.
So spend
You
all
don't
the.
understand. It's once.
No, that
soft
thing,
life is
that
very
thing I
necessary.
feel should not be said.
Why?
Because the right thing to say is you live every day, but you die once.
Yes, okay, sure.
You live every day.
You live
so
every
as
day, but
long
you die. But
as long as you live on
me,
this
I'll
earth,
tell you that.
you need to save for the future.
It's not like we don't
need
save. No,
to
you don't
save for the
understand.
rainy
It's not like
day.
we
Right
don't
now,
save.
right now, just look at the economy.
No, I'm not saying-
assuming there's this person who had, saved from back then. Right now, he has
No, you
a
don't
lot of money
understand.
to
Right now, yeah,
spend
because-
from. But you guys are just spending anyhow.
It's not that you
So
guys-
then, in
it's
this
not
recent
that-
times,
relax.
you are complaining a lot because you haven't saved. Save for the rainy day. Learn from us.
It's not like
people.
we haven't saved,
Learn
though.
from us.
It's not like we haven't saved though. It's
We're
not like
fighting.
Oh my God.
we haven't saved, yeah. It's
Are you
not
saving, yeah?
Yes, I am saving.
How much have you saved so far?
So far, I cannot tell you.
Oh my God.
Like,
You have saved your life. You've been able to save your life
Yes, I've
so
saved
far.
my life so far, and it's by the grace of God. Yes,
Oh my
but I've been
God.
able to save something. The thing is, it is not our fault that we are going bankrupt. It is the economy.
So you accept
Life,
that you are
no,
going
I'm not saying we are
bankrupt.
going bankrupt.
You are.
No, I'm saying that expenses are getting too much, and to live the kind of life that you want to live, you have to spend. You have to eat, and food is getting expensive.
People have been eating since.
People have been eating since, but then food is getting expensive nowadays. You know that. Delivery from the place to my house is expensive.
Why are you always talking about delivery? Soft
Because
life.
so
Man,
easy.
you can
see,
plant
that's why I'm saying that
something in
you
your
people wanted
garden.
stress. But
You
back
don't
then,
have
those
to
days,
always
people
buy
wanted
tomatoes
stress.
from the
Why
market.
don't
Plant
you want
something
to
in
sit?
your garden at home.
Is it by force? So what if I don't have a garden? What if the
Create
house that
one,
I'm
look
renting,
for
my house
one.
doesn't want me to
I
plant?
mean, you know, sometimes you just have to create avenues for yourself. So as
No, that
you
means you're
wouldn't
trying
have
to say that.
spend
So
too
you're
much.
trying to say that we don't create
Because,
avenues
no.
for ourselves. People are doing
I know people
so
are
well.
doing a lot,
Like this
but
current
I feel
world,
like
yeah, this
it's
current-
not enough.
No, this current
because we
do
know
you
we
that-
have so many things at our disposal
No, do you know that
we can
no,
just.
no,
mean,
no. In this current world, yeah, in this current world, we have less things at our disposal. Back then, in those days, our parents used to depend on white-collar jobs, going to the office, going to work, working for the government. But this current generation is teaching us that you can do something with yourself. People are doing a whole lot of things. People are
Mind
sitting
you,
on YouTube
during
channels
those
and getting
times,
a
it
lot of
wasn't
money.
just the white collar job. It wasn't
was.
just going to the
It
office.
was.
They had
It
things they were
was.
doing for themselves.
Branding.
Like
we brought about branding.
I
and we are
understand
taking
the whole branding thing.
Yes, and
but-
right now
but-
people are getting
but
money from
see, actually,
entrepreneurship became very, very proper in this current world.
but
It
where
was
did it
never-
start from?
It started from there.
It started from there.
But we built it and we made it a thing.
But have you forgotten that those people who were in those times have transcended into, you know, they are still the
which
people who
are
are
making
around.
it with that?
Because you got a startup from somewhere,
Yes, but
and
we
the
got-
startup comes from the millennials.
We made the startup better.
You
It wasn't
didn't
good.
make it better.
Back then in those days,
You
people
didn't
weren't
make it
really
better.
doing entrepreneurship.
Assuming we hadn't even
No,
done
no,
the
no, no. Back then in
She's
those
lying.
days,
Yeah,
no,
you are lying.
back then in those days,
Seriously.
people weren't really doing a lot of things. They were always waiting for the government.
that is a
Currently-
big lie.
currently-
That is a big lie. People
Currently-
were doing
No,
things.
no.
I know people who were into farming. I know people who were, into all those things. Right now, the celebrity. I know I can mention a few of the celebrities that
Drink
are
water.
into farming right
Drink
now.
water and
I
I
need
need
wa-
it.
I
Drink
don't
water.
need water. John Dumelo, he's into farming, and people were doing it back then.
But
Why are they going
not
back?
a Gen Z.
Maybe he is.
No,
It's
he
not.
can never.
We can classify him as a Gen Z.
Okay,
Okay,
but I mean that I know I have friends.
I would say
Even in this school,
I
all
would say
nations,
we are
all
making money
nations,
more than going back.
All nations, we have somebody who was farming and all that, and then he actually funded from himself, paid his education, funded everything.
I would say, do you know what I would say?
All of those.
Do you know what I would say?
Calm down.
Do you know what I would say? I would say that
Relax,
we are
relax,
making
take your
more
time.
money. Sorry.
Take your time because if we keep going.
Do you know? I would say that we make more money. We are making more money rather than going bankrupt.
You are actually going bankrupt.
Actually, we
seriously.
are making more money than going back.
I do not agree.
Okay, no problem.
I do not
okay,
agree.
Okay, fine,
You're
no problem.
actually spending more money, wasting money.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is another point that is going to probably make this lady steer my dress here.
Okay.
But God will save me though. So yes, this point says Gen Z makes worse parents. Like
Say
as
again.
a Gen Z,
Of course, did
if you're married,
No.
you've given birth,
No.
you become a worse parent compared to the
course.
millennials of our parents
course.
of those days. So please,
Why
to
do you
me,
think? Why do you think the divorce rate is higher now?
oh,
Oh no, oh
Sorry
no,
to
oh
say.
no. If you are going to talk about divorce rate being higher, it is the fact that right now where we've opened the eyes of the world for people to see that there are lots of things that people were holding on back then in those days. Abuse, emotional, physical, mental abuse. People used to feel like back then in those days it was cool.
Yeah.
But we have made it so
Do
that
you know? Fact is, the Gen Zs don't have that higher emotional intelligence as compared to the millennials.
You
That
think
is
so?
fact. They do not have that, emotional intelligence. Then we were taught to, go about our emotions and everything, like go through the whole depression states and everything on our own, and we come out strong. Right now, a Gen Z will just go through some small phase of life, will cry out everything and just break down so easily. Meanwhile, it's not supposed to be the case. I mean, I'm not trying to say therapy is not meant for the black man. But during those times, they were taught to go through their battles alone.
My dear, you've said a lot.
And
you've
come
said
out
a lot.
strong.
Right now, you're trying to tell
You know?
us that being emotional is a bad thing.
I'm not saying
breaking
it's a bad thing.
breaking down and
But
crying.
it's
It is
not
needed.
a bad. It is needed.
Back then in
but
those days,
it is
yeah.
about how you come out.
Back then in those days,
How you
our
come out.
parents
It's not
used to
about
want
the-
to. Our parents would be like, yeah, you're a married person. You're supposed to be submissive to your husband. And if your husband is beating you, they're telling you should sleep because of why.
No one
you
is
should
saying-
sleep. Back then in those days, marriages were.
You
marriages,
see,
back then in-
because of
back
all of
then-
these things we have put in our heads, because of all of these things.
I'm not
we
saying
have-
a woman should
Right
be
now, there's no
submissive.
commitment.
No, I'm not
People
saying-
do not want
no,
to
I'm not
commit.
saying
People
a
do not
woman
want to
should-
because they feel like I know my rights. I know.
Yes, because we have rights.
No,
I'm
you
not
have
saying-
rights,
no,
but
relax.
you know, do the right
No,
thing.
breathe. I'm not saying a woman
So you
shouldn't be
avoid all
committed.
these
No, I'm trying to
abuse
say
and
that
drama.
you used. No, wait. You used. Gifts, I'm coming. Give me a second. You used divorce and saying that divorce is rampant now because the Gen Z, blah blah blah. I'm trying to tell you that it is rampant now because right now people are getting sense. Back then,
No,
people
you
had
you
less
guys
sense.
feel
Right
no,
now we have
you
sense.
think-
directly
no,
to our parents.
no.
I'm not.
You
Oh,
would think
mothers and
we are
fathers,
getting
mothers
sense.
and fathers.
No,
I am begging you.
seriously,
I am
you
on my
think
knees. I
it
am
is
begging
just-
you. No
it is
insult.
just
No
your-
offense.
It's all in your head. You guys think you are getting sense,
No,
but
we are
actually,
getting sense. Eyes are
actually
being
you
opened.
are not.
People are being educated to know that immediately you are emotionally abused. You
And
should
if we
run.
talk about, if we had to talk about education,
Education.
they were educated than us.
Okay, sure.
They were educated than
I
us.
should give it to you.
Of
Here's the
course,
crown.
they were.
No, no, no.
Senses.
No, you can't do that.
Let me make this thing clear.
Make it clear.
Let me
I
make.
know a lot of people that
Let me make this thing
Make
clear.
it clear.
Let me make this thing
I
clear.
beg you, make it clear. I beg you.
Gifts.
I beg you.
Please,
I
give me
beg
the
you,
floor.
make it clear.
Give me
Please.
the floor. Thank you, people. So they were educated than us because life wasn't easy. I mean, you don't have the internet. When I ask you, please, what is this? You now have to take your phone, Google, yeah, and you have the answer. You read it out. During those times, they were racking their brains.
You see, stress.
Their brain.
Stress.
It's not stress.
Why do you want
no,
to go
it
through
teaches
stress?
you the hard way.
Stress.
No, it teaches you the hard way.
Stress.
I can't come and ask you 10 raised to the power 3 and then you are now come to take calculator. During those times, they just tell you
You are
they
trying to tell us that the person who created
They
calculator
are
was wrong
smart.
for creating
no,
calculator.
No, not at all.
Make life
Not at all.
easier,
Make life
faster.
easier. But there are things you need to know. So just get them in your head.
Yes, but
rather
then
than
we made
see,
like no. See, when you talk about the marriage aspect here, when you
Why
talk
you so
about the
worried about the
educational,
marriage?
no, when you talk about the educational aspect,
Okay.
it worries me because currently education has become very, very easy, and I feel
Very
like it is a
easy.
good thing
Exactly
because
what-
it is easy. No, you cannot go to school and want to kill yourself. Back then in those days,
They
people
weren't
wanted to kill
killing
themselves. Who
themselves.
said?
They
Who
didn't
told you?
die.
Who told
Yeah,
you?
give me an
It was
example of
very
someone who
difficult.
actually wanted to kill
Education
himself
was
because of
difficult.
education.
But we
Tell me.
brought up calculators. Calculators are there to help you
What
solve.
was her experience?
Calculators are there. It helped you solve everything faster. It didn't make life easy.
It helped you solve things faster.
Yes, it
but
it made
without the calculator, what is up there?
It made it
Without
easier.
the calculator, what is up there? Without Google, what is up
No,
there?
but before you use the calculator, you learn 212, 313. So you know the formula.
no.
So it's only extreme cases that we use calculators.
Yeah.
No.
12 times 7.
No, why are you coming to? No, it's not
She
like
needs a calculator.
No, I don't need. No. Okay. No. I will
It's
not
okay.
need a
It's
calculator
okay.
for that. No, not that. I will not need a calculator for that. But I'm just trying to say that the calculator is useful.
I need
It's
it. I need it
helpful.
right now.
It's
Thank you.
important. No, me, I'll not drink water. The calculator.
This girl is on fire.
If we continue like this, we're not going to end. There's going to be a part 2 of the same series, Gen Z versus Millennials. Like, it's going to be amazing.
I'm not
But
down
before
with
we
ya.
go, as we all know, All Nations is celebrating its 20th anniversary. Yeah, All Nations is 20 years this year. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of activities packed. The first one on the November 12th, we have an anniversary float. When I mean anniversary float, we're going to float. You know how it does. Trust me, I'm going to be there. Yaa is going to be there. Richel is
to
going
be
to
there.
Like everyone is going to be there.
Of
You don't want to
course.
miss it for any
At
day.
all.
On the 10th, on the 13th, we have Founders Day. Like when I mean Founders Day, that is where you're going to see our president, and not just the president, with his beautiful wife.
Of course.
Reverend Dr. Donko with Dr. Goes Donko. They are going to be there on Founders Day. You don't want to miss it for anything. And on the 16th, we have Career Day. Yes, Career Day. We're going to have, a lot of people are still thinking about their career path and all. We're going to have a lot of people come talk to us about career path. Those that want to be influencers, like the Gen Zs that want to be influencers and making money. People are going to be there to talk to you about it. Just come, don't miss it for anything. And on the 18th, we're going to have Games Day. Yes, come and play game. We have different games. We have chess, we have Uno, we have like soccer. Come, let's play. Like me, I'm going to play football that day. Like basketball and all those things. And that same 18th, we have alumni networking dinner. This is where we get all the alumni to come together. We network with the students on campus. Like, get to know everybody. Like, networking, get to know people. Put your roots one place or the other. Like, we need to make money. Then on the 19th of November at graduation day. Okay. I want to say congratulations to all the graduates this year. Everyone that is going to graduate on the 19th of November. Congratulations to you. You made it and you made it well. Then on the 20th, we are going to round everything up on the 20th. It's a Thanksgiving service. You see, it's been an amazing year. God has been faithful to all nations. Like, he has been very good. For nations to stand for good 20 years, solid on its feet. Like, we have to thank God. So we're going to be having our Thanksgiving service. And in the evening, by 5 p.m., we're going to be having our Tehillah concert. Like, God, come, we're going to have different gospel artists is going to be there. Come, let's thank God. Come, let's celebrate. You don't want to miss it for anything. I'm going to be there. They are going to be there. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.